So guys, tukunje shati, we started all over again. And now from there, we went heavy TV now. So we created shows. We had 1,000 hours of content on air per month. Yeah, 1,000.
You know, that is a lot.
That's a lot.
In a week, if you have 7 hours, that is already a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's every day having 1 hour.
Exactly.
You had 1,000 hours worth of
hours.
content on all the different stations.
Per month. We had
What are some of the example of shows that you had?
So we had Password.
Password, by the way, was like about 2 hours, or more, if not long.
Yes.
I remember it was longer. It was so long. I used to wonder, this thing is long.
Yeah, it was long.
It was longer than the beat, because my reference was the beat there.
Exactly. So we were twice the time. Because it became a hit.
And
it
you
was
were being
1 hour.
paid.
Yeah. Then it became 2 hours and we were being paid.
And on top of that, you had your SMS code.
Now I came back and there was a guy who was now double alive. SK the businessman. Because I learned. I saw 7 months is a long time, man, to just see. And you're thinking everything is a business, man. Everything, 100%. Oh, we make a t-shirt, it's a business. There's everything. So I learned.
Schooled.
I was schooled for free.
It wouldn't have been for free, it would have been for your soul.
Exactly. But I'm lucky. I don't know why they took so long to ask me to sign. Because I was there learning. When I came back, I knew. Now I knew how music, the difference between show and business. Yeah. When I came back, now.
First of all, what I'm trying to figure out where were you? How is that like 1,000 hours or something like that?
1,000 hours. Okay. So we had K24.
Okay.
Yeah, K24. Then we had NTV every day. Then we had NTV in the morning. Yeah, every day. Then we were given NTV midday.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had morning, midday, and 2 p.m. daily. Then we were QTV. QTV, we were given a show called Chair Live. Yeah.
That's crazy.
In the morning from 6 to almost 10.
That's crazy.
Then from that after that we had another one midday on QTV.
You just put in music now.
Yeah. So then we were on Zuku. We had fillers on Zuku and Mnet. Then we were on StarTime. We had a daily show on StarTime. We were everywhere, man.
So you guys were on the grind.
We were on the
But
grind.
also you were, because of where you were in the music industry, you had the content.
Exactly, we had the content and we could access the content.
And at that time, everybody wanted to be on TV.
Exactly.
Internet was, it worked, I think, me and 2 other people shouting.
Exactly. So now coming from there, now just seeing how underutilized we have, the industry was unexploited.
Oh,
completely.
you just saw opportunity.
Me, I came and I was like, wow. I told Mike, let me show you, man. So 1,000 hours on TV, we had an army. Then I went and spoke to media houses. They gave us 90 hours of promotion for short codes. Now I was ripe. Sales. I was selling, man.
So SK, you come back from Stato with all this business knowledge and you look at Kenya like just one pot of opportunity.
Exactly.
So now explain to me the shortcode element.
Yeah. So shortcode element, you have to remember that $3 million did something to my thinking, because I had never thought that you'd correlate my name and $3 million.
That's 300 million shillings.
Then
you're right, then
205. Yeah.
So your maximum was 3 million.
Yeah.
And by the time they're telling you you're worth $3 million, that means they probably can make $10 million from you.
Exactly.
Okay,
so that opened my mind. I was like, oh, I can actually be associated. So now we come back home and do it in Kenya. So we come in, And I was able to pitch now TV stations. Hey, I pitched, man. I told them there is an opportunity. Short codes, number one, the short codes that are running down there at news time. Yeah. So we signed a deal with NTV QTV for running those short codes.
And those short codes, what were those shortcuts asking people to do?
So there are two kinds of short codes. There is mobile terminator and there is mobile originator. Mobile originator is the one you send to comment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, this is such a nice song.
Hey, this is I request.
Yeah.
That's the first one. Then there is mobile terminator. Mobile terminator is now we play a song and we put a code on the song. So now, as you request for the song, when it checks in, you can buy the song.
Oh, I get.
Yeah.
And where were you? And where? So, like, is it like Skiza Tones and things like that, or were people buying from your platform?
Exactly.
You created even the platform.
We created a platform. Yes.
So you were, in an essence, a Skiza.
Exactly.
So, wow. Okay.
But for download,
I'm understanding. This is crazy. So people, there's two ways. A song can be playing, and you can send an SMS, and your comment.
And you say, I want to big up or
yes,
my friends.
Yeah, my thingy.
And you'll see your text, and that's hype. That's big.
Yes. Yeah.
So that was one.
And maybe they pay 2 shillings more.
And people were doing that because when they were doing that, there was a fee, a premium fee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So every time they did that, there was a cost for that. And now there's this other one
where if you want that song playing,
send
an SMS here and it will be downloaded and sent to your phone.
Exactly. So apart from that, now there was another one for content. So for people who are keen to do business, now we were doing motivational quotes for business. So you subscribe on that and we send it to you automatically every morning.
So this is then.
Then I sat down with pastors, sat down with almost all the churches, man. I told the churches, now, pastors, you have an opportunity to now continue the sermon through the week via SMS.
And make revenue.
And showed them the revenue models. And now pastors got their congregation in. And subscribe. And in the morning you get a message from your pastor, a verse, whatever, encouragement. And it was automated because it was a subscription. Exactly, mobile terminator, MT.
This is Sakata Mobi.
That's Sakata Mobi. We formed a special purpose vehicle, Sakata Mobi.
Does Sakata Mobi still exist?
So Sakata Mobi, so we evolved and sold.
You sold Sakata Mobi?
Yeah.
And you guys were doing that well.
So
can I ask for how much? You don't know to say. It's okay, I understand.
We didn't sell it for much because we sold it late. Mm-hmm. We sold it when the industry was
dipping, when that SMS
we had some issues, and those issues didn't give us good. So the issues were, it was taking too long for us to get a license for this. So, and we knew, I'm telling you, the wave for this thing is now. If we chill, the wave will die. There's something else coming. Yeah. And the next thing that is coming is music, the content will stop being a product. Yeah. Then it will be a medium. Before it changes from product to medium, we need to get on this thing. So it was taking so long, so we were advised, why don't you just partner with a person with a license? So we partnered with someone with a license. Then pretty much the license, the owner of the license came in. So we were doing the business. Then the owner of the license, the networks insisted that they have to pay the owner of the license, which was a twist that wasn't there when we began. So now the owner, you can imagine the owner of a license who had a dormant license, and you have this 4 meter checking into your account.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Tunajua vile hiyo story inaenda.
And It's important in this story to demystify failure, because we failed many times than we succeeded. But when we succeeded, we made huge leaps. Then we got to a point where now we almost were immune to failure, because now we are picking principles from the failure.
That is crazy.
Because we had failed so many times, man.
You are known to it. In fact, failure was just another point to learn a lesson.
Exactly.
Like
just learn. Yeah, because now we understood that business is a calculation. There are times you can miscalculate, and there are times where the ground shifts on a perfect calculation. And you still have to find yourself and go. So failure now was not new, and it wasn't scary. Because besides, we were going back to nothing.
You know where you've come from.
Yeah. So we went in that thing, and we started doing churches, and we had partner 1, partner 2, failed. Then now we strengthened media. Media gave us a lot of airtime. By that time there was something that was happening. Music, the product, was dying. Yeah.
Yes.
So we rode the wave for a bit. Then the wave started dying. Then, because music on phone was such a huge thing, there were wars, like download wars. There were cartels. Yeah. And to a point, cartels went to media houses and told them, if you don't pull Sakata Mobi now, we will never advertise with you. It was that bad.
Because you were taking all their revenue.
Exactly. And they were asking, who's behind these guys? Who are these guys? They're being told, some guys from Eastland. How? Yeah.
Some guys who now one room store.
Exactly. Churches blew up. Motivational blew up. We started partnering with them in vernacular stations for motivational. I have no idea why vernaculars wanted motivation, but they wanted. And there was an incentive for that. So there was a winning element. And that winning element, we realized that that's the future. So we had to make a choice. Do we want to go the betting way, or does it contradict our conviction? Yeah. So at that point, we saw the dip. So we had to exit. So we exited.
To nothing again.
No, we exited, and now we needed now to take this and push it now to the next thing.
Okay, I get it. To the new foundation.
Yes. So we moved, and we were liquid. So now
that's a good. It's not a problem. It's a good problem.
So now we had learned to create businesses and sell them. So now because we had learned the principles through failure.
Yes.
So it was easy now to create something, make it profitable, post revenue, offload it. Create something, make it profitable, post revenue, offload it. So now at this point now, since we had 1,000 hours on TV, we had an issue. And the issue, we were being paid in arrears. 120 days in arrears, 200 days in arrears. It was hard, man. Cash flows were tight, because now you're at a point where you can't be able to pay these guys. You can't say, I'll pay you guys in 4 months. It was so tight to a point where we felt we were running on fumes completely. So we needed to build a solution, a different solution. So at that point, I told my partner, hey, I feel like I would want to build a different solution. It's not musical, but it's related. Are you interested? So he wasn't interested in that space. So he said, what space are you interested? I told him, I've done a research and I'm looking at all these producers and they're being paid in arrears. And some of them are being auctioned. At some point, even us, we were auctioned because of the arrears payment. And I told him, if the banks will not touch us because they didn't want to touch us.
Your creatives,
yeah, instead of competing, create. Because they can't understand creatives. So I told him, I want to start a financial institution, a lending house for content developers.
What?
Yeah.
That's how that came across.
Exactly.
Your own experience.
Yeah, we were auctioned.
not because you don't have money,
Not because you don't have money.
or owed money.
Exactly.
It's because you don't have cash flow right now. Because you're being paid
In
4
arrears.
months later or something
6
like
months
that.
later.
Exactly.
So you're telling guys to wait, to chill. Hey, you take a loan like this.
Shoot video leo,
Hey. So and these were now bigger clients. Because at some point we were like, hey, okay, what's the issue? If instead of changing the product, change the client. And we changed the client into TV, media houses. But now the clients were delaying. So now we got to this point where we realize, okay, this thing is a loop. We'll find ourselves here. We'll probably be auctioned again.
Or because now the people who you were lending money to were not paying you back.
The people we were producing content for.
Yes.
The media houses.
Yes, were delaying you.
Were delaying us.
Payment. Yes.
So then you get a small loan to pay these salons before you're paid.
Yes.
But before you're paid, this guy for a small loan has come to chotter you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're like, this thing is not adding up. Banks, give us an overdraft. Nothing. Who will touch us? No one. Can you pay us sooner? Z. Yeah. So we are on our own. So instead of competing, create, man. So I told him, I want to create a financial institution, a lending house for creatives. So we created a company called Time Capital. And the slogan was, we buy you time.
It's incredible.
Yeah. So we called all content developers that we knew.
Yes.
And we told them, ladies and gentlemen, behold, a bank
for you
that is willing to shake hands with you. So my wife was in the insurance world. So I told her, man, there is an opportunity, Bana. Come over, let's do this thing. Hey, she's looking at it, she's saying, it makes sense. So I skizzy her until she said, Kweni, how much do you have? I told her, I have 10 G's for now, man. Just come.
That's my seed, Bana.
Just come over, man. So with time, pole until she said, by the way, I've seen you do stuff. Yeah. It starts from nowhere, but I see it go somewhere.
And how long had you guys been together? When did you meet her?
That was now about 2011. As guys were married 2011.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But when did you meet her?
Hey, I met her from Molo, man.
Also, she knows everything. She knows all these stories.
No, she wasn't there. But the thing is, remember my dad was planting churches?
Yes.
So one day he planted the church and we moved into Molo.
Oh, and it happened only.
Hey, only neighbor. So.
Okay, sir. So she comes in now.
So much later, we meet again. Where? In UG, man.
You guys are funny. Okay, sir. So you met your wife in UG.
I met her in UG. The Uganda I had vowed not to ever go back to. So we come back and we said, from the last incident, that we said, we'll never go to Uganda, man. Uganda didn't treat us right. So one day I get a call from UG. I'm like, Uganda, man. So I linger it for a few times. Yeah. So then I pick it. I just say, let me pick it. So this chick is calling and saying, I'm calling from Uganda. Do you remember me? I'm like, no. Yeah, the only guy I know from Uganda is Exodus.
Yeah. He's the only guy I want to remember.
Yeah. So she said, I used to be your neighbor. Where? Molo. Who? Mercy. What? Yeah. So now I'm like, hey, okay, she's saying, okay, I'm coming to Kenya, I would want us to link up. Hey, I'm like, hey, the last time I saw her was in Primo. Yeah. So she comes in, says, I want to meet you because I've been sent. She was studying in UG. So I've been sent by my campus to come speak to you. So of course we hang out, nini. And I'm like, hey, yeah, hey, I know you, man.
I see, there's an investor.
So she's telling me, Bana, I want you to come to UG. Hey, I'm telling her UG haiwezi. UG haitaweza. So she said, you'll have to come, even if you have to come for me. Hey, ilibidi nienda UG, man.
Why did she want you to go to UG?
Makerere.
Oh,
so Makerere, a gig. You guys are just...
Yes.
Yeah.
Hip hop.
Hip hop was there.
Michelle and
exactly.
And Bupe.
And before you guys was on, I think.
Yeah.
Then they needed me to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, UG, man. Anyway, if it's for you,
yeah.
Itabidi nikam, man.
And the rest of the history.
Rest is history. So that's exactly how.
So now, okay. So
I call her into
insurance.
So I call her into this.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I'll take a risk. I'll come in. So I told her, I'll give you a job, man. You'll actually be the CEO of this thing because you're in the finance space. Hey, okay. So she comes in, 10 Gs, we buy a desk and a seat. It's over. So I'm asking, how do you feel to be the CEO of this thing? She said, me, I'm just feeling unemployed, man. Yeah. So I think I did a gig.
Yeah.
I got some money. I put it together. So at this time we were making some money, and from TV as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I put together. I could spare 100 Gs. So I told her 100 Gs. Let's start. Yeah. If this thing works, then we are fruitful. If we are fruitful, we can multiply this thing. We can scale it.
Mm-hmm.
So we gave out the money. So it went. It came back with some more. It came back. So I told her now.
Now this is you lending to other people who are like you.
Content developers.
Content developers who are paid after very many days.
Exactly. And lending Zakata as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Zakata was in the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they need that solution.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it comes back. So then I told her, okay, it's time. We need to structure it. So we called a lawyer, structured it for us. Then we called someone to structure the business. So they structured the board, everything, an executive committee and a team. So we said, first thing, let's look for the board. So we pitched and we got 5 board members. So they agreed to be in the board.
Mm.
When they agreed to be in the board, then we opened our doors for the very first time to private investors. For the very first time.
So they give you money because they know they'll get a return.
Exactly. And we told them, hey, there is an industry. This is a sector, man. This sector needs money.
And look, here's records of what we're doing. Look at the demand of how much is needed.
Content. For us only, this is how much. For these guys, the money that is being paid out to these guys is 100 million shillings monthly. Yeah. Content developers from one station. So we told them there is a demand, man, and if we can solve this problem, we can give you a return on investment. And we promised them 20% return on investment.
What?
Hey. And we called these guys, we told them the money will not be cheap. They said we don't care.
You wanted?
Yeah, we told them we'll lend you at 5%. Because we are buying our money expensive.
Exactly.
They said we don't care. It's better than being auctioned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true.
They said it's not.
It's better than not having rent.
Exactly. They said it's not cheap money we want. It's accessible money we want. You buy us time and we are set. So 100,000 became a million. A million became 10 million. 10 million became 15, 20. 20 became 30. And we were running out of money. Yeah. We're running out of money. We had a waiting list of like 200 people at all times.
What?
At that time, we were lending like 500 people. Hey. Then we...
50 Gs, 100 Gs here, 700 Gs, in small, whatever.
Small quantities. A
Yeah.
guy wants 50, 100, like that. Maximum period they can stay with the money, 4 months, 120 days. Because that was the longest payment period. So that the money revolves because we don't have too much of it.
Yes.
So, yeah, we are running out of money. So we're like, how are we running out of money? It doesn't even make sense.
Investors are happy because you're giving them their 20% return.
Exactly. That's now we've given them 20% return for 3.5 years now. But we are running out of money. We're like, there's a challenge, there's a problem. So we said, why don't we speak to other lenders and get to know what are they doing, because we are running out of money. So we called in lenders. Some people told us, you don't call competition, they'll take your market. They wanted our market anyway.
Yes.
Because they saw that...
They're on the grapevine, they had.
Yeah, they heard that there's a hot thing here. So because they wanted our market, it took time to give them our market and switch roles. So they said, we've been running out of money for years, man. Where have you been? It's normal. So we said, okay, here's the thing. What would you do if we lent you the money?
Yeah. You guys, this is becoming too much.
Bana.
The story is the same.
Yeah.
You keep switching roles, you keep becoming the solution.
The solution. We hit a wall, we become the solution. Instead of competing. Because we are now to compete with these guys who want the same market. Just create, because they have a need.
So you're like, I'll give you the money to give your lenders.
Exactly.
So you are going to become the private
equity.
Equity.
Exactly. So we said, ladies and gentlemen, behold, a bank. We will lend lenders. So we called our investors and told them we are changing our mandate from retail lending to wholesale lending.
You guys, this story is incredible.
So some of them whose terms were ending took their money. Most of them, they said, wherever it is that you're going, if you give us the same returns, you roll with the money. We'll actually add some more. Rolled over. Now we started lending lenders.
This is insane.
Yeah. So now the money that we are lending, about 500 people, now we were lending to 2-3 lenders. And all of a sudden we could breathe.
Because you don't have to chase this guy default and
exactly.
This guy the other, go sell a car here, this guy the other, auctioneers, nini.
Remember when we were lending them 500 people, we got to a place we couldn't supply. We just called people and told them, guys, we honestly can't supply. We'll have to make the money more expensive. We'll make it 12%.
Guys are like, it's okay.
A month.
12%.
They said, it doesn't matter.
Missing a dough.
Missing a dough makes no difference. I'm telling you, we're still running out of money.
And you're 12%.
12%.
A month.
A month. I'm telling you, there is an industry that is growing. And the industry that is growing is informal lending. Informal in the pie of lending, informal lending is now taking 63%. 63% of lending.
Microfinances, Shylocks, and the rest.
Informal.
Yeah.
Bank is shrinking fast because it's not that people want cheap money.
First of all, banks are a bit of a nonsense since it's 14%.
Exactly.
It's like
they're not even lending. They froze.
They're trying to
froze it.
remove that 14% cap through freezing.
Exactly.
But through that, people have switched and found other options that they would have never looked for ever before.
Exactly. Because it's not that people want cheap money. People want accessible money. That's all. But the banks are getting it twisted. They think it's cheap, the cheapness of money. But bank money is also not cheap. They say it's 14%, but it's not 14%.
Of course, 16%.
It's 18.3%. It's just what CBK looks at it and what the public looks at it. CBK looks at it at 18.3 because they're hidden costs. Sometimes they go to 20s.
Yes.
But the regular guy is thinking 14. So when that came into play, we shifted. Now we came into private equity.
You lend the lenders.
Lend the lenders. So now...
Still under time.
So we sold Time Capital.
You sold it.
Yeah, we sold.
Moving on up.
Yeah, so we learned. Don't fall in love with a vehicle, fall in love with the why. The why is the transformative impact. Yeah. Because when you fall in love with a vehicle, then you're crippled. So we got to a place where we now became Gold Avenue Africa.